he is going to want. I know you didn't have the game up. That's your fault. Um, he's going to want to lead with that diamond shard and then play the shards of purpose.
Wyatt the Sapper just played Sapper's charge. He
That's
played
true.
his own charge.
Dominion playing Sapper's Charge, which is an interesting card choice. What does that deal with in Sapphire Diamond? I guess the Living Totems, Ancestors Chosen, it's a good answer for.
Cerulean Mirror Knight,
Mirror
Menacing
Knight.
Gralk,
Mirror Knight,
Buccaneer.
yeah. Storm Cloud.
Yeah.
Speaking of Storm Cloud, we see then one on the opponent's side of the field. Coach Fliperon not thrilled, I'm sure, to see that. Having several answers in his hand, kind of. Can choose to time ripple that if he wants, and looks
He's
like
considering it.
will or not, or maybe yes.
Should also add that this one is actually deciding their pod there. Was just taking a peek, and these players were tied. They're playing their playoff round here.
A non-alternate Sapper's charge.
You mean this match between Coach and Dominion?
Yes.
Ooh, good luck to both of these players. I wonder if this is game 2 or 3. I know we saw them in the game already. Tunneled Troop on Dominion side of the board. We know that's Reese. Fliperon, a handful of cards that can do some things. Staring down a Sapper's Charge, which is too powerful here. For those of you that aren't aware, there's a giveaway in chat. Type that YOLO Angel for a chance to win a bajillion platinum. Or 700, I believe.
700
It's actually
is
an
about a
Angel of
bajillion.
It's an angle. It's an Angel of Dawn. I should have known that. For those of you not paying attention, I just drug infamous Neo out of his silence and forced him to speak by saying the prize is wrong.
Clever.
Clever.
Anyway, one
Ooh.
charge on Stormcloud doesn't choose to do anything much with it. He had to replay it.
Coach hits 5 charges, and uses Wyatt's power. He does have card advantage here, and he's going to use the Buccaneer to knock that Stormcloud back. We have to wonder if Sapphire's Charge will be used on the Buccaneer. It's unlikely. Sapphire has plenty of answers for a Buccaneer, although I suppose the direct damage to Sapphire's Charge is one of the few that keeps it from recurring its bounce effect. So we'll see. Here comes that Stormcloud once again. One more time. And a crackling vortex. Probably
It's probably going to be sacrificed right now.
Wow, with 3 charges on it. And there it goes. Will there be a Bitty Bolt? If there'll be one of each, you got the trifecta. Thunder Puff, Bitty Bolt, and a Splashy.
What if you
multiple uses?
What if you could make the Stormling Triumvirate?
That'd be great. Angel of Dawn off the top will come onto the board. That changes things up a little bit here. Gotta wonder, though, what Coach's plan is going to be. He'll swing with this Buccaneer, which has the tiniest possibility of being destroyed by the Bitty Bolt. Although Dominion might just take the 2 damage on the chin here. It's not gonna end his streak by any amount. Also might put Splashy in front and do the weird chump block. Gonna put Thunder Puff in front and likely sacrifice to exhaust the Angel of Dawn. An interesting choice. Means the other 2 Stormlings will get through next turn as 1 damage. But instead, Flip uses that Mastery of Time, like Hacky was going to let us know.
Yep, we're on the same page here. So that exhaust isn't going to do much. Well, Thunderpuff was going to be destroyed anyway, so you might as well.
That's true. Angel of Dawn and Buccaneer swinging in this time. We'll see if another Stormling is used here. It will be the Bitty Bolt with the block on Angel of Dawn, preventing 4 damage, and it will sacrifice itself to just deal 2 damage to a target exhausted troop, which is the Buccaneer. Dies, and the turn will go back to Dominion here. Still missing a counter off of his Reese, but with 5 resources in hand, we're at a much bigger situation.
On the very least, he has the Stormlings available to help mitigate some of this Angel of Dawn damage. However, that might not matter. Well, depends on what Fliperon wants to play. You'll have Dom swinging in again. We'll see a block here. Followed immediately by a sacrifice to draw a card. Splashy, no. But will that be it for the turn? It seems to be. Menacing Gralts are being held.
Reese tries to surface. Coach, of course, throwing out his counter magic, which will likely be met by, and is, met by a verdict. Verdict will cancel that counter magic. Coach had to try it there. You don't want to not use it and then find out your opponent didn't have a verdict or a counter magic. Going to 7 resources here, Dominion will probably not swing in with Reese, obviously. Will pass the turn. Coach choosing to use Time Ripple a
Oh, but
little
he's slightly
late there.
Yes. Slightly late because at the beginning of your end phase is when the trigger happens to create that worker bot. So, but it didn't matter as a second verdict.
Oh man. Here comes a second Angel of Dawn. That Angel of Dawn will meet the counter magic. Now, that's 2 counter magics and 2 verdicts this time, right?
Yeah. I don't remember the first counter magic.
I missed earlier in the game, but yeah, this turn was 2 verdicts and a counter magic.
Might not be 2 counter magics yet. That's fair enough. So Menacing Gralt comes down and will exhaust Reese and that Assault Bot who won't be able to swing in. Now, Mastery of Time is very good here. Sapper's Charge will be able to deal with that Gralk. It won't deal much more damage from this point on out. Eldritch Dreamer coming out from Dominion. Interesting that he's still playing his shards out if you think that he has the storm clouds in his deck. He might want to save those for charges at some point, but that's just an odd thought at this point. He probably wants to hold those 4 resources up. 2 cards in hand. Gonna pass the turn here. Uses another 2 resources to kill that Menacing Gralk. Now, that removes the possibility of a counter magic in hand. Menacing Gralk will at the very least be allowed to resolve. Another shard, not what Fliperon was looking for here. Does get 4 more damage in with the Angel of Dawn. Huge amount of damage represented on the other side of the board. 14 swing back, but Menacing Gralk will turn those all onto their side and make them sit there for at least 1 more turn.
I think I'm okay with Dominion playing the shard there because that gets him closer to the charge power.
Oh yeah, the charge power is very relevant.
It does seem a little odd that Fliperon played his there, though.
Well, it is 1 step closer to his charge power as well, but 3 is a lot farther away than 4.
Time Ripple on Angel of Dawn is pretty devastating there for Coach. It does take away his ability to really push a lot of damage through. Finds probably not what he was looking for there off the top. At this point, I think you have to play that, even if you are trying to represent something, just on the side of caution, really. Just in case you draw another shard, you'll need to draw a card. Dominion on 10 health. There are outs in Fliperon's deck if he can survive this 1 more turn. Dominion needs to have Mastery. I think Buccaneer here is enough. Time Ripple's enough. He gets a card draw off of that shard. 3 cards in hand. Are any of them the winning card for this game?
He's got a lot of pretty good cards so far, as we actually see.
Here's the swing. Angel of Dawn can get itself in front of the Armatron without dying. That will mean 13 damage will be pushed through. Is that it for Dominion's turn? Draws another card off the Eldritch Dreamer.
Dum dum dum.
Okay, it's
And
going back
Reese.
to Flip's turn. Does he have... Oh, Reese. Oh,
Reese
yes,
makes a
Academy.
worker bot randomly.
Oh, yeah, that random Reese. Dang. So we see the swing here from Coach.
Ouch.
Time Ripple in response will stop the Angel of Dawn's damage from getting through. Also stop the Angel of Dawn from being able to be on the board to block. So that means Coach will have to play the Reese from his hand.
Or its worker bot.
That Time Ripple must have been the card drawn by Eldritch Streamer earlier, if we think about it, also, because otherwise the Angel of Dawn would have been rippled for lethal.
Now, it's not necessarily fatal here, but 4 cards in hand. There could be a lot of things that are good. So he does not need. He's not forced to block with his Reese here.
It's an interesting choice. It's very likely that with 5 cards in hand, Dominion is just going to master all the time here. Nope. Just going to pass the turn off. Experimental Warhawk comes out. Again, though, with 4 cards in hand, does
the 7 cost
have
Angel of Dawn. The counter magic is late.
Yeah, it's not. This is not a situation where Flip can turn it around. I think actually the crush on that Experimental Warhawk is enough on its own, because 3 damage will come through from the Eldritch Dreamer. Yeah, so it looks like they were using the sparring cue, which is interesting. Well, not the sparring cue. The well, yeah, the sparring cue.
Sparring
That's what I was
cue.
Yeah.